Hi, Emma. Can you hear me all right?
Hi. Yes.
Good. Before we start, could I just check that you've got handy the props that we're going to need today? So you're going to need some bricks or books and some blocks. You might need a cushion or a bolster. You'll definitely need a strap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
And you might need a chair or a stool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant.
I do.
So before we start, how's your back and your shoulders been?
Okay. Yeah. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Okie doke. So the important thing to remember is that the feeling of stretching muscle, not a problem. If you get any pain in any joints, that you can localize, okay? So if you go, oh, I can feel it in my back right there, then I want you to back off and get rid of that pain, because that might not be good pain, okay?
Right.
But expect to be uncomfortable. All right. And you haven't got any specific injuries, have you? You've just got this general stiffness around your shoulders and your lower back, is that right?
Yeah, no injuries. No.
Okay, brilliant. Well, we'll make a start then.
Okay.
So we're going to work today, we're going to do a general class. So we're going to do some work on our backs, some work on our pelvis, and some work on our hamstrings. And I think probably for you, getting your hamstrings longer is going to take that stress off your lower back. So what I'll do at the end is I'll suggest a pose that I think would like you to go away and do every day. And then we'll get together again next week and we'll see if there's been any improvement. Okay, Emma, so this 4-8 breathing that we do throughout the class helps you to relax more into the pose. It also gives you something to think about. Some people count the number of breaths they do as a distraction for the uncomfortableness of the pose. So basically what we're doing is we're breathing in through the nose for a count of 4 and out through the mouth for a count of 8. And we constrict the back of our throat, stroke nose, to make a noise. So let me demonstrate that for you. So we're going in and out. In. Do you want to join in? So in through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Okay, so I'll lead you through that during the class. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Gravity yoga is quite simply getting into a pose, relaxing as much as you can into the pose, staying there for 2 to 5 minutes, and just allowing the muscles to just gently stretch. Okay, use that correctly. So we're going to be coming down into a squat here. Okay.
Okay.
So if you'd like to just come down and just check that your feet are in a comfortable position, very slightly turned out. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you just like to watch me for 1 round, and then I'd like you to join in. So this is just an all over body general warm up. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to come up and push our fingers right up towards the sky, looking up between our hands. And then as we come down, we're going to bend our knees, Bend our elbows, clench our fists and cross our arms, one forearm in front of the other, coming all the way down and dropping the head, okay? And all the way up and then coming down again. And if you can remember, but it doesn't matter that much, cross your hands the other way, okay? So would you like to join in?
Okay.
So pushing up, crossing your forearms, and as you stay there, rest the backs of your hands on the floor and just take a breath or two. And then we'll do another round. Okay, if you just slowly like to come up, roll up through your back, head being the last thing that comes up. And then I'd like you to stand with your feet hip width apart. So your ankles directly underneath your hip joints, okay? Your feet might feel like they're pointing very slightly inwards, because I want you to have the outside edge of your feet parallel with the outside edges of your mat, okay? Now, I want you to soften your knees, so let's have a little bend in your knees, and then we're going to fold from your groin, fold, 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 looking up, and then when you get nearly down, drop your head and hold your elbows. Now, you might have your belly resting on your thighs. You'll have to gauge how straight you have your legs, because otherwise you might feel this in your back. So we need to get the balance of getting a bit of a stretch in your hamstring without putting strain on your back. So that's something that you need to gauge for yourself. The other option there is, if you want to, you can drop your hands onto the floor with your palms facing up. So it's whatever you find comfortable. Okay. So we're going to stay here for 2 minutes, and I'll keep an eye on the time. So the first principle of gravity yoga is called wet noodle. And the idea being that we're totally and utterly relaxing the muscles that we're wanting to stretch. Now, some of those it's quite easy because we're on the floor, but with this one, you're obviously having to stand and you're needing to use your muscles to support you, to keep you up. But the idea is just to try and relax those muscles as much as you can. You might find if you consciously relax your belly, and that will may well help you to do that, okay? Now, we're going to do the 4-8 breathing, so I want you to follow me, and this slow breathing helps to reduce, relax your muscles. Very slowly bring yourself up, vertebra by vertebra, and the last thing to come up is your head, and then to bring your shoulders up and back and down your back. Okay. What I'd like you to do now is same standing position, feet hip width apart. Just pop your hands on your lower back, peel your shoulders back, and just do a little supported back bend. Let your pelvis go forwards. Just have a little stretch, coming back up to neutral, and then back down one more time. Again, don't forget, if you feel any pinching in your back, then I want you to back off and back up. Okay. The next pose we're going to do, you're going to need to sit on the floor with your legs as wide apart as you can. Okay. Now, I don't think you'll need any height for this, but if you do feel it's a bit tight in your back, then you might need to put a block underneath your bottom. Okay. So what I want you to do here is I want you to breathe in and grow your back, just lengthen your spine upwards. Breathe out. And then as you breathe in, I want you to turn towards your right leg. And then very gently, I want you to bend forward. Okay. Now, do you think you might need a block under your head for this, or will you be all right without?
No, I think I'll be all right. I think. Yeah.
Okay. So what I want you to do is have your palms facing up. And I want your head to be relaxed. Just wobble your head a bit, yes and no, just to make sure that it's relaxed. And then we're going to do the breathing again. So inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to demonstrate now without counting. So I'm inhaling and exhale. So carry on where you are. And as you're exhaling, feel like that little constriction in the back of your throat and just make a and as you do that, take your mind to that area of your body that needs to relax and just let it sink. 8. And then slowly, slowly, slowly bring yourself back up to the center, facing forward. Inhale, grow your spine and turn towards the left leg. So with the gravity yoga, we don't worry about alignment. We just get into the position and then let's let our bodies go where they need to go. 8. Another minute to go here, Emma. You're doing really well. So we're doing 2 minutes on all of these today. And the other thing, the other principle of gravity yoga is that you have to either meet or beat your time. So for instance, if you do 2 minutes today, and you do it again tomorrow, you need to do 2 minutes tomorrow, or 2 minutes, 10 seconds, or 3 minutes, or whatever, and constantly build on that. And to do that, you must have a way of, an actual physical way of timing it. I've got a stopwatch here, because if you go on feel, you can guarantee that you'll be a million miles out. Okay, Emma, if you'd just like to slowly walk your hands back up, coming up to centre and back, looking forward. Okay. So we're going to do what's called a reverse tabletop to just rebalance from that pose. So if you'd like to sit on your bottom, putting your feet on the floor, hip width apart, your palms on the floor behind you, sit up on your bottom.
Yeah.
Palms on the floor behind you, pointing the same direction of your feet. And then you just push with your feet and your hands and push your pelvis up. And exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale down as you bottom on the floor. Inhale, back up, push, push, push. Exhale down. Inhale up, one more after this. Exhale down. Inhale, really push, and slowly bring your bottom to the floor. Gently rolling out your wrists. Those sharp movements, just very gentle. Okay, we're going to do a simple seated forward fold now, Emma. I suggest that you grab, knowing your back, a couple of bricks because you may need them. So if you want to sit yourself down with your legs straight in front of you, okay, take your bottom flesh, pull it behind you so that your sit bones are really connected with the floor and you can have a nice straight back, okay? And then I'd imagine that you'll have to play with what height you need. You might find one block's enough. If not, then put that down and then another one on top. You can have them as high as you need them. And what I want you to do is I want you to stretch forward, and then just let your head go. And just place your forehead on the block. Palms facing up, back of the hands resting on the floor. 6, 7, 8. Just under another minute to go, Emma. Out. Carry on with your breathing, Emma. And don't forget that first principle of wet noodle. Relax. And especially when you're doing that long out breath through your mouth. Release. It really will help you. This slow breathing, they activate your parasympathetic and nervous system, which is basically to do with going into a rest mode, a relaxation mode. Okay, and very slowly walking your hands back until your back's straight. Have a look. Yes, you can probably bring your hands a bit closer to you. Bit more. You can almost have your legs, you know, your bottom up over, that's it. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Relax. Relax your head down. That's it. Do your hamstrings feel tight?
Yeah.
Does your back feel all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just relax your head and just do some 4-8 breathing, if you would. Inhaling for 4 through the nose and exhaling for 8 through the mouth. The breathing also helps to distract you from what's going on in the body, stop you from fidgeting, because it's very easy to get fidgety in these poses. And the nervous system's saying, no, that's uncomfortable, let's get out of it, and you just need to just quieten that down. And we're just going to do some rebalancing breathing now. So we're breathing in and out through the nose for 4. So in for 4, out for 4 through the nose. In for 4 through the nose. Out for 4 through the nose.